charger. I'm gonna do that. And then get chat on my mobile phone so I can see what they're saying. And I'm out of tune, aren't I? That's okay. I am in pain. Alright. There's a Big Mac. Hello. Okay. I know a couple of you are still watching the state of play right now, but I thought I'd get the stream started at the very least. And happy Pride Month, yes! Happy Pride Month. And today is also Shantae's 20th anniversary. Like, oh my god, Shantae just turned 20.
One more year, she'll be allowed to drink.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, speaking of the state of play, yeah, I just got done watching the Street Fighter 6 trailer.
Oh! The state of play just ended, according to Crystal. The state of play ended. Nothing exciting, but we got to see that game where you play as a cat. Oh yeah, that one! I'm actually interested in that one.
Yeah.
And, well, according to... According to Danielle Grimm, Spider-Man PS4 is coming to PC, which is awesome because more people get to play the game.
Yeah.
Isn't Shantae 18 plus canon? She's a young adult, so 18, 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the very least. So 18 at the youngest, in her 20s at the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Way Forward came out with it very, very recently, because a lot of people were, you know, curious about Shantae's age, because for the longest time, Matt Bozon, her creator, initially wrote her to be 16, but since his involvement with the series has been very minimal, the developers of Way Forward, you know, naturally,
came forward.
Yeah, they came forward and, had Shantae basically be a young adult. So she grew up with us.
Yeah, with of course the reason being that, you know, it would be uncomfortable working with a character with this design, and it turned out they were a minor.
Exactly. And let's not forget what happened in the Pirate's Curse, where basically she and her friends got turned into sex slaves.
Yep.
Outfits included. So yeah, having a young adult makes it a lot less squicky.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, Jordan, finishing the Street Fighter 6 trailer. So it looks like they're introducing a mechanic I think I know will tickle a bit of a killer instinct in you.
Oh, what's that? Wait a minute, do they have combo breakers?
It looks like they have combo breakers.
Holy shit! I knew there wasn't going to be any big stuff on State of Play, but I'm glad for the Street Fighter fans. I do like Chun-Li's design. I'll have to take a look at that because I didn't look at the State of Play.
I'll send you a trailer that you can see at the end of the stream.
That'd be great, thanks.
Yeah, but yes, I do like Johnny's drip. I was curious because I saw Johnny's tweet saying he wasn't the most yeah, I'm seeing it here. Like that he's not the most keen on its. He's not wholly convinced yet on Street Fighter 6's art direction. Which, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Like, you know, instead of the calligraphy ink art stuff that they've been using for a bit, they're actually going for more graffiti art this time because they're introducing. Yeah, because the theme for this one is they're introducing a whole new generation of Street Fighters.
Okay, that's honestly a cool direction. And Big Mac, I say that, but understand that that's probably not what happened in the game. But man, look at their outfits. If I remember the name of the level, I'd point you in a better direction. But essentially, Shantae and her friends were kidnapped because they reminded them of some deity they worshipped, and they are wearing skimpy clothing to, you know, represent that deity of theirs. Hence the Slave Leia-esque outfits. Does Chun-Li still have thick legs? She wouldn't be Chun-Li if she didn't, so does she?
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Cool.
Woman
Actually,
could still bench press an oil tanker.
also, question. Do they still look stylized, or are they, like, realistically proportioned now?
Yeah, I'd say they still have some realistic proportions, but, like, honestly, they still look good.
Okay.
Fuck what this guy says, though.
Yeah. I did notice that Chun-Li looks more mature in this. Wasn't she always, you know?
Yeah, she was always an adult.
Yeah. I guess Chun-Li struck me as someone with a baby face.
Yeah,
but
I think the last time we got note of her age, I think she was approaching her 40s.
Yeah, like Chun-Li's older than she looks.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, you look good for your age.
Yeah, like she's like Ahsoka. They both look better with age.
Yeah.
And actually, funny enough, Ahsoka's in her 40s.
Yeah. Oh, actually, thanks to this person, they actually got a screen cap of what Chun-Li looks like in the trailer.
Oh, cool. How the hell did you do that helicopter kick? Shut up. It's a game. Have fun. Ah. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean about the proportions being more humanistic. I'm not used to Chun-Li having a small face like that.
Yeah, because I know they're using the RE engine for this game.
Yeah. Which, funny enough, they did use for Devil May Cry 5, so...
Yeah.
I just hope that not every game coming forward is gonna, you know, have the same photorealistic art style, because, like, if done right, then I won't mind it, but otherwise, it's just, like, we might as well actually be street fighting.
Yeah.
You know, go out into the streets, commit crimes by punching each other in the face.
Yes. But hey, listen, as long as it's kept within the Street Fighter tournament, then it's okay.
Ah, yeah, you're right. It is a tournament. And before incels complain, they're always gonna complain about something.
Oh no, they already are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this one guy here is like, what is this? Are you serious? And they're showing a picture of Chun-Li smiling. He's like, you don't know, fuck you. That's my woman. That's my wife.
Okay, so they have a problem with a woman smiling? Go actually touch grass.
No, they're saying like, are you for real? It looks worse than a PS4 game called Street Fighter V from 2015. It's like, what? No, it doesn't.
It's like, I'm sorry, what? Insert Optimus Prime saying, I'm sorry, what? Hang on. I can do much better than that. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's a lot of cat emojis. Like there's mine with blue, and there's a kitty with green eyes, and a one-eyed kitty. And like I said on Twitter, I knew we were not gonna get a lot of first-party games, so we're gonna have to wait until Sony announces a showcase later. Oh, hey, Jen. Yeah, we're just talking about a little bit of Street Fighter 6. Apparently it's gonna have combo breakers a la Killer Instinct, which is cool. Or at least a system like it.
Don't complain, you haven't seen what a bad Chun-Li looks like. Apparently, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Funny thing is, the GIF that they're using, that's the fixed-up version.
Yeah.
And the one that actually does look good. So, oof.
Yeah. So, way to play yourself.
Do not diss my Chun-Li. I will fight.
Yes. Which I guess I can now say the same for Shantae. Yeah. Considering it is her anniversary today. 20 years. Wait, they want women to smile, but they don't. Incelness is a mental illness, Crystal. I wouldn't put too much faith on whatever incels say.
See,
it's like those peoples are clearly psychotic.
See, I go up to them and I show them an image of a smiling woman.
Fun fact, this cat is also named Blue. Huh, okay. Separated at birth? Then again, Blue's a Russian Blue. Although I've actually been theorizing Blue may not actually be a Russian Blue. There's a cat breed that's super similar to Russian Blues, but they aren't. The name escapes me right now. Hang on, let's look this up real fast. Please don't say that incels and mental illness. What do you mean? It's clearly a form of psychosis. Because no one would actually think that. Korat. Yeah, Korat. That's what I was thinking of. They look super similar, but there are key differences. I think it's a British short hair. But no, like, I'm torn between Blue being a Russian Blue or Korat, because both are very similar, but their temperaments are what sets them apart. I believe it's Russian Blues that are generally more social, and Korats are the ones that, you know, if you leave them alone in the house for too long, they'll make their displeasure known. Blue does exhibit both qualities. Although, I think maybe she has a little bit more Korat in her, but I'm not sure yet. What I mean is like saying that an ideology is mental illness. Big Mac, don't twist my words. That's not at all what I was going for. Alright? And
in which case,
like
I have to get my din-dins and then get ready for work because there's no second shift on tonight.
Of course there isn't. Okay.
Now, luckily there is tomorrow, which means I can finally be free from overtime.
Yeah. A couple days before Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, no. If I see a problem with a group of people, I'm gonna fucking address it. So if I think their attitudes are insanity, then I'm gonna say it. I remember the pic he showed of Blue. She looks like a British Shorthair. But do British Shorthairs come in shades of grayish blue, though? Because that's the one trait that, well, Russian Blues, no shit, but also Korats share. It's the sheen of their fur. Yeah. I may actually give Kira a touch up on one of her nails. Or... yeah, you know what? Yeah. It's, But yeah, as you guys can tell, this is gonna be mostly a coloring day today. Coloring and shading. And given that both are rather simplistic in their color scheme, there is a chance that this could be done in an hour and a half or two. Oh, that's the sketch layer, okay. I was like, wait, where's that coming from? Let's do the kimono next. So a bit of an interesting pattern going on. Yeah, I'm comparing the pick of blue you have to the British short hair. She looks exactly like British short hair. She even has the puffy cheeks. Would you mind, showing me a picture of, British short hair, actually? 'Cause, I would like to actually, confirm if your findings are true. And I do trust your judgment. But yeah, if any behavior I find is, like, hurtful to other people, or, you know, gets them incriminated in any way, then, that's something I'm gonna be harsh against. So, obviously, being an incel isn't a mental illness. You know I don't actually mean that by saying that. But pedophilia is an illness. It's a sickness, and it must be purged from every corner of the world. And I will not apologize for saying that, because it is legit an evil thing. And if I find anyone defending it, then block. Like, don't even fucking talk to me anymore. So good news. My copy of Spy X Family... Oh, I'll check it in a bit, Jen. My copy of Spy Family manga volume 1 and 3 are being shipped tomorrow. I was gonna order volume 2, but for some reason it wasn't available on paperback. Only digital on Barnes & Noble for some reason. All the other volumes are available, but for some reason 2 isn't. So, this could probably mean two things. One, volume 2 is the best volume, or, maybe scalpers are being jerks, I don't know. That's my best guess. Okay, let's check memes. I mean, you could just put in general, Jen, but thank you. I think you may be right. The only thing that's throwing me off is the color of the eyes. Blues isn't... It's not 100% that color. It's more on the yellowish side. But I can definitely see a resemblance, yeah. The sheen is definitely there. Okay. Okay, let's try this. She could have British short-haired genes in her. Yeah, she came from a litter of cats that were, strays for a while. Her brother Mocha is definitely a tabby from the looks of him. Blaze and Finley are, you know, the classic orange, and so is Trooper. A lot of them do share some facial features. Well, more Trooper and Blue more than Blaze and Finley, but Mocha definitely looks the most different. In fact, he kind of has a face of a Litten. Like, he has this resting bitch face on him that's kind of hilarious. And that's not me being mean. Like, he legit has a resting bitch face. And it's like, if you compare him to a picture of Litten, he's a fucking Litten. I'll pretty this up soon, but... Petition to have Jordan take pictures of all his cats. Well, here's the thing. Some of them are very, very timid. Oh, how can I forget? There's also Merlin. He's got cow patterns. So he's like, he looks a lot like Sylvester from Looney Tunes. Although he's kind of a little dumpy. He's a little bit on, the big side. And that little guy can't decide if he wants to, like, cuddle up next to you or run away from you. I've had him do both to me. This is a silly child. Okay, now it's available. They just restocked on Volume 2. Okay. But yeah, Jen, you might be onto something. It seems that they have qualities of several cats, but their parents may have genes taken from other breeds. It's just, I guess for whatever reason, some of the genes were been a while since I've thought about it. It's been a while. Been a while since I thought of it, but I think it's recessive genes that made the kids look so different. That's probably not it. I'm very very rusty on my genetics. Okay, so tell you what, we'll make this the kimono layer. Kimono. Leave it blank for distinction. Okay. So we're gonna do a thing here. All right. I wanna see how this looks. Also, British Shorthairs can come in other colors, but if litter kittens with the short hair genes, you can almost 100% a gray British Shorthair kitten. Right. From what I remember, I think both parents were, I think both parents were orange cats. So, what does that say? That they were British Shorthairs too? Just, do they come in, orange tabby colors? And just in case, I did get Volume 6 and 7 when I was comic shopping with Dad, because I know that series is really popular now. Actually, they do. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So, maybe they're all, at least descended from, British Shorthairs. Which would make sense, because I think they're all short hair cats. Yeah, they are, because, Chocolate was a Maine Coon, and her fur was really, really long. Hang on, I want to try a thing here. So we're gonna... Okay, hear me out. We are going to use a gradient on this. And we're going to foreground to transparent. We are going to delete this part of the arm. Ooh, okay, hang on. Something I messed up here. Okay, I see. So we got this. Right. Then we'll delete this. I'm gonna try and have her arms, be at least somewhat, opaque. And, well, the rest will be covered in lace. We're gonna see how that looks. Here's a description of the British Shorthair 2. One of the most popular cat breeds in the world, the British Shorthair is appropriately named. Not only do they have a thick, plush, short coat, they also have a friendly yet no-nonsense, that is, rather British, sensibility about life. British Shorthairs make ideal family cats and enjoy being with their owners, but may turn up their noses at being held or cuddled too much. Oh my gosh, yes! Jen, you cracked the code. Because a lot of our cats don't like being picked up. Like, Blue especially, she fucking hates getting picked up. In fact, she kind of takes it as a personal attack from you, if you do that. So, yeah, I think they're all British Shorthairs. Or, at the very least, their parents had genes from, Shorthairs, and then, you know, they just, carried the genes. Yeah, that kind of explains a few things. Okay. So... let's get a suggestion of Kira's arms here. Wait, no, we're gonna see that sharp edge. Hang on. That doesn't look right. Under? Yeah, there we go. So British Shorthair is definitely the dominant genes in Blue and her siblings. Yeah, they had to be, because from that description alone, they carry a lot of those temperaments. Blue is the... sorry. Trooper is the nicest of our cats, so he doesn't mind being picked up so much, but give him a few minutes and he'll get uncomfortable and try to leap off of you, so yeah. My cat Smokey doesn't like being picked up either. I tried once, and he freaked out when I started to lift him off the ground. Yeah. I miss my tortoiseshell cat Nico. She was always by my side a lot. Yeah. Although I think it more has to do with the fact that, every other cat in the house is male, but Blue has been, by my side a lot, lately too. Like, you guys have heard her in every stream so far. Like, if she wants in, she'll make herself known, and, we'll just... I just let her in accordingly. But of course, sometimes, the little silly can't make up her mind. Alright, Crystal. Yeah, she can't make up her mind, half the time, and it's, like, hilarious, because it's like, then why'd you ask to be inside? Yeah, so I'm definitely eyeballing, the lace here. Were there other things in the state of play that are worth noting? By the way? Or, was that pretty much it? You know, Street Fighter, Spider-Man PS4 being, released on PC. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with these first, and then... So let's take this and do that. Yeah, there we go. That helps it pop out. That's good. That's very good. Yes, I like that. I believe my cat Loki may have some Turkish Angora genes in him with Maine Coon genes. He has the pointy ears, the fluffy tail, and the playful personality of the Angora. Has that strong attachment to me, the big M, and the size of a Maine Coon. Yeah, from what little I've seen of Loki, he does carry qualities of both. Also has that strong urge to need when I'm sleeping. Hello, Daggers of Love. Yeah. Although, I remember that Chocolate was... She was actually declawed at some point, which, you know, pissed Mom off. And I can definitely see why, because cats need their claws not only to hunt, but also to defend themselves. So none of our other cats have been declawed, but what happened with Chocolate was definitely a fuck up on the veterinarian's part. At least as far as I can remember, it was. Why would you declaw a cat? It's cruel. Okay, we almost got the main patterns out of the way. All right. Let's try to replicate this. Never get your cat declawed. It's like chopping off the tip of your fingers. Exactly. Like, their claws are actually part of their skeletons. If you get rid of that, then you're just being a dick at that point. But have you heard of the High Elves? I know I bring it up every now and again, but I honestly would not mind doing a playthrough of Oblivion, or at the very least a look at, because of how dense Elder Scrolls games can be. And I would definitely want to bring Dana along for the ride. Because she's super into the Elder Scrolls series. Well, she doesn't like Skyrim much, but I think even then she likes it enough to the point where fun can still be had, but it's clear that she'd rather play the other games first, like long before Scrim. You know, sometimes I worry I'm getting, like, the early warning signs of dementia, because I'm forgetting the silliest things, like, Scrim is my thing, and I keep forgetting it. I keep forgetting to call it Scrim. Like, what the fuck, me? You should be on top of your own fucking humor. Anyway. I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. Don't know if this is a good idea, but let's see if we can make this pop out more. I will admit, I'm not too familiar with coloring in or drawing lacy stuff, so this is mostly me eyeballing it. But if it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't even know what this pattern is, but it's, it looks cool, I hope. Yeah, it is good practice, you're right. What do you think about Pawmi? Pawmi? Oh, the, Pika clone of, Scarlet and Violet, right? Yeah, I like it. Does anyone know what it's based off of, though? It's interesting that its electrical energy is stored in its, paws rather than the cheek pouches, so that already sets it far apart from, most of the Pika clones. But is it usable is the thing. Spanish mouse. Yeah, yeah, that's the species designation, the mouse Pokemon. You know, similar to Pikachu. So, yeah. But also, does it evolve? That's another thing I'm curious about. God damn it! I picked the wrong fucking brush again. I mean, it's working so far, so it's not terrible, but god damn it. It's gonna look weird once it fully renders. I have an idea. It could be another rodent. Yeah, you're totally right on that. It could very well be. Me sitting here eyeing that futuristic motorcycle dragon. Yeah, Violet's legendary. I'm definitely going for Scarlet, not only for Professor Sada, but also, for its legendary. It's a fighting dragon type! Come on! That is cool! Maybe a Dormouse. Yeah, I can see that. What, wait. Aren't Dormouses really tiny, though? Hang on. I could be thinking of a different one. Oh, I think I'm thinking of the Field Mouse, actually. Hang on. It's, yeah. I was originally going to go for Violet, but I want Scarlet for Professor Sada. Yeah. Scarlet, born to be wild. Violet, don't stop me now. I'm back out distracted by chips and salsa, plus I need some tissues. Fair. So we decided to work in some lace patterning for Kira's kimono here, and I don't really know what to call it, but I think I like it. It's like halfway between, if I can describe it some way, a bat crossed with Arceus's arc. I don't know, but it just sort of came out that way. But if Jen likes it, then so do I. That being said, I think we're gonna use the same shade of gold for the moons and stars when we go into that. Last thing though is to work in the shoe color, or at least the footwear. I'm forgetting the name of them, but they're like the things Miko's wear. And I believe some fencing instructors. In Kendo, at least. I just love the fact that the two legendaries are based off of Chinese dragons. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Is it me, or have the recent legendaries been, you know, going outside of their regions in terms of inspiration? Because we remember the Dao trio from, you know, Black and White. The region is clearly based... Ew. Sorry, I just spat at my screen. The region is clearly based off of America, but the legendaries, well, are based off of Taoism. You know, yin, yang, and, you know, balance. Or nothingness. And now these legendaries are apparently based off of the Chinese dragons. It could be very well true they're based off of Spanish ones that we're not familiar with, but, I mean, actually, guys, I don't mean to scare you, but I'm gonna look something up, and I'll show it on stream. Of course, it's D&D related, so bear with me, guys. I will laugh at the bad guy team is a motorcycle gang. Yeah, wouldn't be the first time they made a silly team. Okay. Sorry, I have to change the file format. And then... I'm actually going to save 2 images. Just have to find... Ooh, that'll do. I'll just show it for demonstrative purposes, and then I'll get rid of it. Okay, stream. Meridon is based on the Spanish dragon, Cuelebre. Oh. I probably heavily mispronounced that. I am so sorry. Okay. So... Friends. For those of you who don't play D&D especially, have you heard of the monster called the Tarrasque? You know, this big booming abomination, who's a challenge rating of, I want to say somewhere in the 20s on the top of my head, but let's see how much of a nerd I am. It is challenge rating 30. Okay, I was off. Yeah, challenge rating 30. Armor class 25. Hit points 676. Speed 40 feet. A strength of 30 with a modifier plus 10. 11 dexterity, 30 constitution, 3 intelligence, 11 wisdom, and 11 charisma. It is immune to fire, poison, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. It's immune to the conditions charmed, frightened, paralyzed, and poisoned. It has a blind sight of 120 feet, passive perception of 10, and it fucks things up and is a guaranteed way to end a party's life. A TPK, true total party kill. But would you believe me if I told you it was based off of a dragon from French folklore? There is a village in France known as Tarascon. And it was based off of this dragon. She was terrorizing the villagers for a time. And there was this... sorry, getting images. I have to show this off, but then I'll get rid of it. There was a saint who... she was sent to pacify the beast. And eventually, the Tarrasque did calm down. But by the moment the priest brought her back to the village, they killed the Tarrasque, and they named the village Tarascon in honor of the beast because, you know, it was no longer a threat by the time it arrived back in the village, and they felt sorry for what they did, so they named the village in honor of it. I don't know how they went from pitiable beast to world-ending nightmare that's the D&D Tarrasque, but there you go. Kira looking at the thing going, hey, there's a vampire that's been talking shit about your mother. And, yeah, like... Oh my god, I just saw in the general chat that, Dana... Dana was asking about mods. Sadly, I only know the Elder Scrolls mods, but I really love how they can change some games. We were literally just talking about you on stream. Okay. But yeah, back to work. And then I'll continue by saying, yeah, I'm pretty sure the most effective way of killing the Tarask is either, I think, with acid damage, or because it's one of its few damage types that it's weak to, or at least marginally, or you can just wish it away. Like, there's a spell, a level 9 spell called Wish, and it's a hard spell to get and pull off, but if you do, then you're Gucci. You're pretty much set for life. But yeah, it's one of the few things that's able to get rid of a Trask with little to no collateral damage. Also notice that its dump stat is intelligence. So, I think it's also potentially weak to spells based on the mind. Since it's like, it's not stupid, it's just, it lacks mental capacities. Hang on, we need to flip these. But yeah, it's so far and away from the original myth that it might as well be its own creature. And actually, funny thing, D&D's library of monsters are based heavily off of Celtic mythology, which to me is cool. Since I am Celtic. So it's interesting how interpretations can, you know, mold some monsters. Also, it doesn't have a high charisma. It doesn't have a high charisma either. Granted, it can't be charmed, but you can persuade it to actually leave. Yeah, you actually can. Then again, I'm pretty sure its low intelligence dictates that, it probably doesn't understand languages very well. I know, I think at a certain point, if a creature's intelligence is lower than necessary, then weird things can happen. Hang on, let me look it up. Looking up a lot of things this stream, but hang on. My go-to is D&D Stats in Simple Language. Okay. Intelligence. Okay. According to DMing with Charisma on the subject of D&D Stats in Simple Language, which not only gives you basic ideas of what those stat scores give you, but it also includes the modifiers. But for intelligence, for 2 to 3, which is a modifier of -4, barely able to function, very limited speech and knowledge. Which is interesting because 1 basically means you're very animalistic. And it's like, yeah. I guess with a low intelligence and a low charisma, you can trick it. Or even use the command spell. Yeah, but then there's another thing. It would have to make a save against it. Oh wait, hang on. Can you look up the effects of command? Like, does it consider the target charmed? Can you check that? Oh, wow, that came out great. Yeah, just to make sure. That being said, I am never sending a Tarask after you guys. Not even as a joke. It's just, no. No. It wasn't funny the first time. Not that we ever did, but if we did, then no. You speak one more command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. Some typical commands and their effects follow. You might issue a command other than the one described here. If you do, the GM determines how the target behaves. If the target can't follow your command, I guess you're sending in everything else. Although while you do, let's look at the Tarask's stat block again. It knows no languages. It understands zilch. Nothing. If the target can't follow your command, the spell ends. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, with the fact that it doesn't have any languages, well, the DM can always change this, but as written, it doesn't know any languages. Meaning, yeah, it's a big stupid beast, so can't understand languages, is not interested in talking, it's just... The only thing that Tarask cares about is wanton destruction and eating everything. That's all, that's it. That's all it cares about. It's like, right idea, but, unfortunately, with the D&D Tarask being as big of a force in nature as it is, it probably won't listen to anyone who tries to command it. So, yeah, good on the developers for thinking of that. Because, yeah, despite the low intelligence, there's not a lot you can do against its mind. Again, it's not that it's dumb, it's just that it doesn't care. I do remember seeing a video where they talked pretty extensively about its digestive system, which at that point it's flavor text, but essentially the inside of a Tarask is like a big, giant waste disposal facility. It's just like continuous spirals of saw blades, and it's no. Oh look, I have wish. I wish for the Tarask to become my servant for all eternity. Like, wait. Aw, did the music end? Hang on. Okay, we've been at this for an hour. Yeah, Crystal, that was my face too when I first read that. It's like, why the fuck did they write this? But fear not. It's challenge rating 30, meaning you're probably never ever ever going to see it. Unless you hit level 20, then maybe. But yeah. Wow, okay. I think we got the flats. Wait, hang on. One last touch. The Doddleys. Yes, I did just say that. The Doddly-doos. only sadistic DMs would throw a Tarrasque at a party. Yeah, exactly. Or, if the DM is reasonable, they wouldn't throw the Tarrasque at them unless they know they can beat it somehow. Which would require really understanding your players' tool sets. And especially if they have Wish. Or are about to learn it, and then maybe the plot is the Tarrasque is destroying this important city, but if they reach the capital, then, you know, all hope is lost, because, you know, how are they going to defeat the Lich King if they don't have the most important army at their beck and call? So then one of their party members learned Wish, so then they wish for their Tarrasque to, you know, go back to sleep because it's ruining everyone's lives, and then if the spell succeeds, they would go, okay, goodbye, or something. Yeah, it's really coming together. I think at this point we just need to worry about shading, and then Kira is done. Oh, I almost forgot. The sun and moon patterns. We're not done yet. That's very critical. We absolutely need those patterns. So of course I'd use Wish to take control of the Tarrasque, because it's right there, and ain't no one gonna want to fuck with you if you have a Tarrasque as a servant. A fair assessment, but what about the in-universe consequences, huh? Like, since the Tarrasque is so feared, would you want people to ostracize you for having a literal harbinger of death in your at your beck and call? Is that something you're willing to risk? That's the question I would ask yourself. I mean, it depends on your alignment. True. But, yeah, just bear in mind that, if I did allow you to have a Tarrasque, I would let you have it, but just understand that not everyone that you've come across is going to necessarily agree with your decision. So that's the give and take with D&D. Like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but also understand that your actions are often not without consequences. Especially if your DM is very roleplay heavy, which I am. Yeah, I cannot wait for Chris Estrada. I know it's gonna be our last game for a while again, but at that point, I think we're pretty much good to do another recap session, another recap stream, just to let everyone know where we are in the story. And I think I can attend it for you know, my time away in Wisconsin. Yeah, the wedding is actually taking place in Wisconsin. That's where Alec and his fiance have been living for a while. Okay. Now we got everything squared away, and from there we can start shading. And then that will leave us with Frostbite to finish up. I appreciate your guys' patience, which I know Ryan has told you many, many times before, but bless that man. He's been working so hard recently, and dealing with a lot of the things that he's been dealing with. But I also want to thank you guys for your patience when it comes to Curse of Strahd, especially since we're going to be doing another campaign alongside it. But I also want to say that having a month in between sessions is really good for preparation, because it ensures that, at the very least, it will be run well. And that's all I can ask for. Running for 7 players is definitely something I would not recommend on your first try. But it can be done, and it can be a really rewarding experience. On the note of Ryan, though, I know we said this before, but I would love to have him and Brandon be guest players for future sessions. I also have another guest in mind, but all it comes down to is scheduling. As long as we can get past that and we can make sure that everyone can make it for the session we're bringing them in for, then all the better. I also like to bring in guest characters to deal with threats that would normally be really hard for the party we have, so it also gives them a fighting chance. Not saying what I had planned, because that would be telling, and that's no fun, but yeah. Also, since I employed decision trees from the last session on Boone's recommendation, so helpful. Keeps everything moving. Dana. It keeps happening. I know. Honestly, I had this cool idea that a city was built on the fossilized remains of a Trask. They still feel the magic leaking out of the remains that powers the city. Did you describe the very first Fool's Gold recap video, Jen? Because I think there was a very similar premise to that, where, Dingo's character Sips failed. He was basically super drunk, and his wild magic went off, I think, after failing a con save. It's been a while since I've actually seen the video. Been a while, goddammit. It's been a while since I've seen the full video, but essentially, Sips' wild magic goes AWOL, and it essentially made a giant field of dead magic, meaning, for a city that's, essentially entirely magical, like the animals are magical, the food is magical, your underwear is magical, things like that. If you created a field of dead magic, that magic cannot exist. And apparently that same magic was keeping the Tarask at bay in the city. So it rose from its slumber and started eating people. Like, this stream is... It keeps going back to Tarasks. I don't know what that's about. But, yeah. Jen is here. Jen is... sorry. Dana is here. I don't know why I said Jen. I think I saw Jen's name first, and then my mouth said her name when I meant to say Dana. But yeah, Corey is here, everyone. Say hello. My gas is here. Dana, I didn't know that you were made of petroleum. It's short for gay Australian sister. Fair enough. Something just popped outside of the house. What the hell? I'm not gonna check on it. So going back to Boone's campaign real fast. One thing I was thinking of is making art for my own character. Volcanic gas, actually. Ah, gotcha. very high in minerals, and definitely good for, farming? I don't know. Goblins. TFW, you're gonna make cheesy limes, and you're not gonna be sorry. My first gobby. Yeah, but anyway, Sorry about that, I was, like, super focused on this. But, yeah, I definitely want to make art of my character. What we've been doing for, Boone's campaign is, we agreed, to sort of, like, split the artwork between, myself and Dana, and, Brian's already sketched out his character. He just has to, color them. But I can definitely tell you guys, I would definitely be comfortable showing off my character, and I'll show you the process of me making him. Art-wise, not sheet-wise. That's already done. It would be awkward to make another, sheet for my character, but, yeah. Essentially, my character is, part of this guild of scientists, and I am basically running him like Optimus Prime's identity before he became Optimus Prime, Orion Pax. So, while he's based heavily off the character, I'm more so basing him off of, his old identity, because he wasn't always a Prime, and, I like the idea of playing a, reluctant, leader character. At a certain point, I did get the voice down. Something to a comfortable degree. Although it's hard to get the inflections right when you're just going off the top of your head. But, I think it can be done. Above all, this is our game. Our journey. We cannot do it alone. Yeah, that's the sort of voice I'm giving my character. His name is Alfred Soulstone, by the way. He's a dwarf, fighter. A, bulwark fighter. The bulwark fighter is actually from Grim Hollow. And their job is to basically, keep the aggro on them and defend their allies from enemy attacks. And I believe one of the abilities you get, pretty early on is, you essentially get temporary hit points, if you're, you know, actively defending, your friends and keeping the enemy aggro on you. And to incorporate the theme into your character, correct? Yeah. I will certainly try to. Let's see here. I think we got the preliminary shading out of the way. A lot of us have our characters pretty much filled out. It's just TP who is still working on his, but I have faith he'll get it done. I wanted to make a character using the other fighter class in Grim Hollow, just for fun. It's just my Skyrim Lizard Man. Oh, sorry, Scrim Lizard Man. The Living Crucible, right? Is that what you were thinking of? A mechanically interesting fighter, but Scrim Lizard, yes. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Essentially, you're like, you like, consume, potions and make potions, and you have, like, some benefits, against poison, since you're, a living, crucible, actually. So, it's very interesting how they made the, subclass. And, like, obviously all the potions, you make, grant you different abilities and, perks. Sort of like, Witcher potions. At least as far as the game universe. Like, some things grant you dark vision, other things, you know, boosts your, skill checks, I believe. Things like that. My sorcerer. I'm the goddess of ceremonies, the goddess of beauty. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to, see what we've got for Ravnica, but for someone who doesn't understand a lick of it, I'm just happy to be a player again. In all honesty, because like I make it no secret that I'm the forever DM of our group, which is slowly changing thanks to Boone. I can tell he wanted to DM for a while, and sometimes the thing when you're in a D&D group is to take a chance and see what happens. Because the whole thing about D&D 2 is that, yeah, it can be a leap of faith, but if you're with a really good group of friends, it doesn't have to be. Just jump in and see what happens. I love how Way Forward is retweeting Shantae fan art from fans, and most of them are good. If I had time, I would have made something for Shantae's anniversary too. Which, you know, honestly, I am terrible with plotting things out for like anniversaries and such. And I guess for me, sometimes it feels like work, and then it sort of, you know, it becomes a situation where you're wanting to draw something, and then it sets a preconception in your mind that you know, makes you second guess yourself, and then it just goes, I don't want to do this. I don't think I can do it. So it's not so much laziness as it is you're setting yourself up for failure, which is happening to me, which has happened to me way more times than I can count, and I shouldn't do that. Fan art is hard, man. Yeah, it's like the weirdest thing. I used to be on top of, you know, this thing us Melia fans call Melly Monday, where every Monday we turn in a picture of Melia. By the way, Side Pudding, great artist, makes very cute art. But like, yeah, it's not, I don't think it's a bad thing that not everyone makes fan art or uploads on a very consistent basis. Like, if you, I'm saying like way too much, I know. If you enjoy what you're doing, then you are doing the right thing. But don't compare yourself to other people, because that's just going to make things harder on you. Sometimes you do have to force yourself to show something. It doesn't have to be perfect or even good in your eyes, but as long as it's out there, then that's all anyone can ask for. Don't worry too much about it, Jordan. I understand, and I'm pretty sure it would have been great. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, I love Shantae as a character. And I definitely want to draw her one of these days. Maybe even for a stream, but yeah. It's just, in general, I'm really bad with anniversary stuff or things to celebrate releases. Because I guess part of it, too, is it feels like I'm just joining the masses and adding to an ongoing conversation when I could very well just talk about the thing. Which also is making me realize that in some ways I'm a stronger writer, but in other ways I'm a stronger artist. So I'm definitely veering into the jack of all trades sort of thing. which isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes I do want to do the things that everyone else is doing, you know, to not feel left out, but, I also want to be true to myself. It's a dichotomy sort of thing. I prefer making original things, and I generally prefer seeing it, even if it's OC set in Witcher or Elder Scrolls or whatever. Fan art's great too, but I love seeing people's own designs. The pirate lady looks really fun to draw. Yeah. Oh, Risky Boots. Yeah. I do know this factoid on the top of my head. Did you know that, that skull bra she wears is actually the skull of a long-dead pirate king? There you go. Oh, and she's lived long enough to know who Shantae's mother was. Yeah. I know in some games you can actually play as Risky Boots. I know in Shantae Half Genie Hero, there is a mode, or rather a DLC that was converted into a mode in the Ultimate Edition, which you should pick up, that lets you play as Risky Boots. And she plays almost exactly like Shantae did in Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, where, you know, you use her equipment to get around, and one of the things that she can get is, you know, essentially you can, like, jump over long gaps with your fucking cannon, and you also have a bit of a speed booster-esque item in the form of your scimitar, and you can also glide with your hat. It's cool. Risky Boots isn't my favorite character, but I like her okay. One of these days, Dana, if I ever figure out the proper parameters to, stream a PC game without, breaking my laptop, I would definitely love to have you on board, since, you're the Elder Scrolls expert. I'll just also need to buy, Morrowind and Oblivion. But yeah, Jordan, I totally understand. And right now I'm wondering what I might do to celebrate after looking at the list of game anniversaries that are left in this year. Oh yeah. It's like, there are so many games now. Many of them good. So... Wait, I don't think this is doing anything. Hang on. Sitting here vibing to JoJo's ending part 4. Yeah. I'd be down. Morrowind is pretty cheap on GOG, but if you wait for sales, it's like $5. Wow. It's an older game, but considering it is Bethesda and you'd be running streaming software, I don't blame you for wanting to wait. Yeah, it's not so much waiting, it's more so can I do this feasibly? Yeah, hang on. Let's make Kira's highlights more obvious. Sorry for the booba, everyone. Although, honestly, this is the most prominent Kira's boobs have ever been, and I don't think it's certainly a problem. It's just, you know, Kira's Kira. May brighten her eyes too. Hang on. Mostly the sclera. There we go. Guys. Boobies. I'd like to set up Oblivion streaming for myself, but that game is such a hassle sometimes. Morrowind isn't nearly as unstable as that. You can at least alt-tab without the game screaming at you. Yeah, so yeah, honestly, I probably would start with Morrowind. I mean, I was probably gonna do that anyway, honestly. Considering, you know, I like to, I would like to at least try and start from, like, the beginning and then work my way down to the other games. Unless if the first game is objectively bad or uninteresting, like, say, Assassin's Creed 1. Which, the game is fine, but it's more suited to introducing you to the world of Assassin's Creed than than it is an enjoyable game. Like, the gameplay and story is fine, but Assassin's Creed 2 is definitely something worth playing and checking out. In fact, honestly, I did do a bit of a stupid. When the Ezio trilogy was announced for Switch, I did get the Switch version, but I also have the whole series on PC. So I have effectively bought the Ezio trilogy twice. But I'm not really kicking myself for it because they're genuinely good games. The Ezio trilogy. So you're welcome, Ubisoft. There's also Arena and Daggerfall, but Arena sucks and Daggerfall is apparently pretty great, but very different. The world's randomly generated and quests are timed for start. Wait. Daggerfall's a roguelike? Morrowind has robots, so unless you're not up to reading heavy RPG mechanics, that's not the one for you. No, I'm definitely up for reading. Like, I love world building. Like, why do you think I'm making my own series? And world building everything about Eclipia and the lands beyond it. I live for world building, so yeah, Morrowind is definitely up to my standards. But yeah, I've effectively bought the Ezio trilogy twice, but if we're gonna do a stream on it, I would probably do the Switch version for convenience's sake. I'll probably regret it later. Depending on how well optimized the Ezio trilogy is. Although, generally with certain ports, it's like, I doubt it, but we'll see anyway. And while it is a mature, while Assassin's Creed is a mature series, I think it's not so bad to the point where I can't physically stream it, because it's not like Witcher 3 where we can see people buck-ass naked. But there are sex scenes, but not only are they optional, but you can also, like, just, you know, not show the game screen while it's happening. Which I will try to do and try to remember to do. Oblivion is probably the worst world-building-wise. It's there, but they made it far too subtle and changed a lot of the neat Imperial lore to be more Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah. Like, fun fact, before Oblivion, the Imperial Empire was actually pro-necromancy. That's interesting. Not a lot of governments are like that. Not explicitly evil governments, but... Okay, in the time it took us to talk about those games, I think... I'm thinking Kira here is, done. Yeah, she's done. I know I zoomed into her boobs, but hear me out. Like, for a split second I thought, wait, did I shade those? And I'm like, no, I shaded those, god damn it. But yeah. Let's do this, and then... Jen, I will send you the finished version very soon, but we need to focus on our second commission, Frostbite. So let's go ahead and save this. Daggerfall isn't roguelike, but it is randomly generated. It has randomly generated terrain outside of big cities, and most dungeons are random too. Sounds like a fun time though. I want to try it. The story is very neat as well. Kooky, you're looking at your girlfriend. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna save this. And yeah, let's get to this boy. All right. You have a fairly simple color scheme, so let's get to work. Let's put away the ice claw for now. The art is really good. I like the little flower for a pop of pink. Thanks. You can thank Jen for recommending the Stargazer Lily. Yes, they are pretty. I agree. Yeah, you can thank her for recommending that. Cause yeah, the design did look a little bare without something on her head, so that was a good call. Okay. Wait, that's not right. This is right. There we go. I'm not too familiar with how GOG works. Oh, god damn it. Hang on. I forgot an area. Sorry, guys. Um, anyway. I'm not too familiar with how GOG works, Dana. Um, is that something you had to make an account for? And also, how do you know you have the game installed? Like, stupid questions, I'm sure, but, again, I'm not much of a PC gamer, and also, most of my experience comes from, Steam, so... Oh, you can move, different racers, cool. You do need an account, but you don't need to use their client. You can download regular old installers and keep it on your hard drive forever, so you can just own the game. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because the annoying thing about Steam is I think you pretty much, at least from my experience, you pretty much have to keep the thing open while you do, you know, anything game related, which I think is what's causing some of the stress whenever I do stream games off of it, because it's like you're technically running the whole of Steam along with the game that you have. You also have to keep it online too, which is annoying. Unless if there's a way I'm still not familiar with, but yeah, just remember that I'm not much of a PC gamer like most people are, so... Yeah, with Steam, you're sort of stuck on Steam. Yeah, that's the annoying part for me. It's like I have all these games on it, but part of the problem is that I would like to stream one thing, thank you very much. Not like have something that's taking up so much data in the background and processing power, so if I can avoid that, that would be great. Hang on, I have to... Let me focus on the one, and go from there. I think the hardest part with Frostbite here is gonna be the camo pants, which is another thing I'm not accustomed to, you know, coloring in camo, which definitely, I definitely need to download a camo brush in case someone asks me to do it again. But for now, I'll just impose a camo-esque pattern, or at least get close to it, and go from there. For Morrowind and Oblivion, the GOG versions come packed with a patch to use more RAM, so the games will be a bit more stable even out of the box, and the official guides as PDF. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into certain things to make sure that it can cooperate with Streamlabs properly. Because I do use a couple things. I think I did enable some things to use my GPU to render properly, but yeah, generally speaking, I am not a tech savvy person. But you're a digital artist. Well, okay, first of all, I only use this program to draw and paint and pretty much nothing else. It's like, I can draw stuff, I can color stuff. That's it. And I use a separate program for writing, which recently has been Google Docs, so yeah. I notice I'm very talkative this session, which is good. I'm good with tech, but I don't know words very well, so I'm bad at explaining things. Yeah, explaining things is another problem I have. It's like, I know a lot of stuff, but not only do I second guess myself, hi generalized anxiety, but I also try to remember certain things in middle as I'm talking, so it makes me sound more incompetent than I actually am. Which, you know, also adds a lot of pressure, considering that, you know, when you're hiring people, you want to make sure they know what they're talking about, and like that adds pressure, because it's like, we do know what we're talking about, we're just bad with words. So yeah, it's just one of those annoying things some of us have to live with. It's like, it's not that we can't communicate, it's that we have the shittiest time trying to communicate. But they also do say that people who struggle with words are actually among the smartest people on the planet, so... Yeah, I feel you there. I don't understand how people can remember all these CPU and GPU names. They're all a keyboard smash. Come on now. Yeah, like... And you know the problems I have with math. Like, not even just with D&D, just math in general. Like, I have to have a calculator on fucking standby just to do, like, basic arithmetic. I mean, it's more so the fact that I also don't want to mess up something simple, otherwise problems will arise, but it's also because, I struggle with head math. It's just something that I've been struggling with ever since I was little. It's not that I'm stupid, it's just, I have trouble, comprehending arithmetic. Which I believe are telltale signs of, you know, dyscalculia. Which I'm pretty convinced I fucking have. Which is insane, because in college, I aced both my, you know, elective math courses. I don't know how I survived. I honestly don't. I really think it's a fluke that I aced both classes. It's like, I don't deserve the A. And I also had help with the math courses, so it's not like I even did it by myself. If it makes you feel any better, I'm good with math, but I've always been bad at doing it in my head. I need a piece of paper to do it. Yeah, like, I haven't done math with paper since... I want to say high school. So, yeah, that's, I'm especially bad with it, but, yeah. Nice to know that you, nice to know, you're sharing, struggles with someone. But, like, yeah, it's, which honestly could be another reason why I struggle with spellcasting in D&D so much, because not only can there be a lot of math involved, but you also have to keep the flow moving, and, you know, that's when my anxiety kicks in. It's like, I don't want to hold any of y'all up, and I also want to double check and triple check and quadruple check and, quintuple check? What's the word for 5? Anyway, I I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. And I swear that I understand spells better away from the game than I am during it. Yeah, I was good at math in high school thanks to my mom tutoring me. Yeah. Yeah, the whole math thing has been a lifelong issue for me, which means come next tax season, I'm gonna have to figure out what my family did to, you know, get everything working. But luckily, people in the tax field, even the people in the IRS, are generally really nice people. So I'm pretty confident that I won't go into the next tax season with someone screaming in my ear to do the math right, you fucking cunt, or something like that. That's really neat, Crystal. Yeah, my mom is really good at math because she also tutors others in high school. Yeah, so home field advantage. Nowadays, it would sometimes be hard for me because I have no clue how to do taxes. Yeah. Which, honestly, should have been one of the first things they taught you in school. The fact that so many people don't know how to do taxes, let alone, you know, doing it by yourself as a small business is another thing. Oh, little correction from earlier. Oblivion doesn't have the guide PDF packed in, but you probably won't need it. Morrowind does. Our school taught you how to do taxes. Yeah. Again, like, they don't teach you that shit in school. Which, honestly, would save people a lot of fucking hassle. Also, if they just canceled student loans. Like, it's been proven that we flat out do not need it in our economy. They add to nothing. They just, line the pockets of, greedy corporates. So, it needs to go. And not because we can't pay for it. And not because, we don't want to pay for it. It's that we can't pay for it. Every time we try to save up, the rates keep climbing up, and, like, see what the problem is? Like, I haven't been able to pay for my student loans since I graduated. That's how bad it is. And it's not gonna get any easier for me. So, the sooner we can abolish it, the better. Because they don't go anywhere, and if I had the money, I would pay for it, but I don't. Like, I heard Denmark has amazing schooling. Like, why can't we have that? Why can't we have Denmark's educational system? Oh, suddenly Fenrir. The most I remember about math is a weird trick when it comes to multiplication, which is to basically take the second part of the equation and split it up into 2s or 3s, and then add the results up. I.e., 15,500 becomes 15,250, and 15,250, each equaling 3,750. My brain hurts. My brain hurt from reading that. Yeah, see what I mean? I have a weak constitution for math. Oh, the zippers are blue too. Okay. Oh wait, you're not Frostbite. There we go. I don't get it, bros. Because you put Frank there, I just use Frank's voice. Don't explain the joke, Jordan. If you explain the joke, there is no joke. Didn't you watch Batman the Animated Series? Shut up, Sonic. I got some hot dogs. Oh, cool. Frank thanks you for his patronage. Wait, your patronage, not his. Yes, he's thanking himself for buying his own product. What? No. He thanks you for your patronage. Words are hard, as we've said. How long have we been going for? Okay, almost 2 hours. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we want to be on this layer. I always learned best with Weird R's math techniques, so maybe it's just me. I only got good after having a really great teacher one year. Also, the teacher bought the class hot chocolates one time when the town was flooded in, and there were only 3 of us in class. That is an awesome teacher, yeah. As ketchup in the B word that I will not say because I know he will freak out. Thank you for that. Thank you for being conscientious of Frank's feelings. Oh my god, did I color in the... yes I did. Okay, there we go. Accidentally colored in the line art. There we go, that looks better. She was super nice. My math teacher afterwards was pretty bad, but I at least knew the techniques from before, so I followed along fine. Ketchup and bees? Sure. Why not? We need more bees. Yes, we do. Save the bees. They're the reason why we still have so many fruits in the world. So, the more you can do to save bees, the better. Because without them, we are actually fucked. It's not an exaggeration. We actually will be screwed without bees. Actually, another game I would like to do one day is, well, Telltale's Batman. I know Jen expressed interest in playing it, so what I was thinking of doing is I could host the game and then she makes the choices for me. So in a way, it would be both our playthroughs. Like, I have the most experience with it, so I know where the story is going, but I would like to see where Jen takes us with her choices, you know, good or bad. Like, that honestly sounds like a really fun time. I could do The Walking Dead Season 1, since that's such a good game too, but, you know, a lot of people got copyright stricken for it. Like, even the Super Gaming Brothers, when they were still around, got hit mega hard when they did their LP. But yeah, again, it's mostly the optimization issue that strikes me. Also, the other thing is, how will Jen see the game? Like, how is she gonna be able to keep up with me, and be able to react in real time, considering that, Telltale games are, you know, very quick time heavy. Oh yeah, about the Walking Dead thing? Yeah. For whatever reason, it's like a copyright landmine, which sucks major dick because it's honestly one of Telltale's best. And if it wasn't for the Walking Dead season 1, Telltale wouldn't be where it was in its heyday. Which thank God that it's getting back to its former glory, because we're getting the first game we're getting with the new Telltale is The Wolf Among Us Season 2, and it looks amazing. Like, I finally got around to watching the trailer, and I'm hyped for it. I wonder if it has something to do with the show. Possibly. Speaking of The Wolf Among Us, though, seeing as we know that Season 2 is going to happen, Season 1 of The Wolf Among Us is definitely something that I would definitely love to play too, and maybe we'll even do the Jen idea there too, where she does the actual playing, and you know, I just host the game. I mean, then again, since we both live in Indiana, we could meet up with each other and then record that way. But you know, that honestly, that would probably be easier. I'm not sure Jen is even here, so she's not around to hear it. But yeah, God help anyone if they did the Telltale Back to the Future game, right? Which, if I can guess, that's a copyright landmine too. It's like, if we didn't have copyright, then we wouldn't have to dance around so much shit. It's just why can't we have fun? We want fun. Good harmless fun. That being said, let's save Frostbite and give our hands a break, actually. Bot! What? Oh, we are not gonna tolerate this shit. Hang on. Okay, ban. Alright, you should have bought us pizza. Instead, you have incurred my wrath. Be gone, bot! Why did you buy a bot and not a pizza? I don't know, but it doesn't matter anymore. Farewell, Krypton. Okay, next, let's do the camo pants. I'm gonna say you're the base color? Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. I thought that was a crease, but no, it's the, it's Frostbite's middle finger. Alright. How? Oh, it's on the blender tool, of course. Ugh. I'm gonna send you a couple little screenshots on Discord. No need to look now, though. Just thought maybe if you know what GOG looks like as a user, that'll help too. Yeah, alright. That'd be great, thanks. This is daunting. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. All right, thanks, Dana. So we're gonna start with splotches, and then... And tell you what. We're gonna work in dark splotches, too. This is totally not how camo looks, I'm sure, but we're gonna give it a try anyway. Alright. Next up. Distort and wave? Okay, that's a little better. I have another idea, though. Flip, and then spin. You alright using that, or do you want me to fish through the asset store? Ooh, could you repeat that but in a different way, Dana? Oh wait, hang on. Oh, apparently the site gives you free games to play. Cool. To download, the best way is to use the offline backup. The others to install the client, but don't bother with that at all. Okay. Oh, Camel Brush. Yeah, send it to me, but we're probably not gonna use it tonight. Actually, now that I'm internet it, honestly, it looks pretty close. There's still plenty of gaps to fill in, but yeah, we got alarmingly close here. Yeah. Okay. We'll add a couple more splotches, but yeah, I think we're pretty much gold here. Hang on, let's make it look consistent at least. Add a little bit more green. Teeny tiny bit of red. There we go. Camel pants. Actually, Dana, are you able to check to see if Morrowind and Oblivion are on sale, or at the very least what their going prices are, if you can compare it to US dollars? Jen, what have you sinned? What have you sinned for? I am concerned. I will show you. Okay. Oh, let's read this Morrowind interview while you do that. Around 13 years ago, I had seen this game on my friend's computer. It was buggy, unpolished, but still amazing. Of course, I purchased the disc myself as soon as possible. Later, I discovered modding possibilities. It was the first time I used mods in game, and after some time of using other people's mods, I decided to make my own. Then I started to learn how to use graphical software, and finally 3D Max, version 4.2 at the time. It was the turning point. Hobby became my main profession. I make 3D models and textures for over 10 years now, and it all started with this game. Sorry for my poor English. Your English is fine, Mordor. Okay, let's see. Definitely not haunted. Oh my god. Okay. I guess you put it in the Crystal Straw chat too. If you did, we're going to... Yes. You know what? No. Not just Ricky, everyone. I'm gonna add everyone in the Crystal Straw chat, and I will show everyone here what has happened. I know you guys in the Discord can see it, but while I'm setting this up, it's Ricky in his angry chibi form, sitting on a chair, and the text reads basically, well, here you go. Definitely not haunted. Oh, not haunted, eh? Then I'm the king of Barovia. Which I'm definitely going to be once I take over that nerd's castle. The games aren't on sale right now. Damn. Morrowind is $15 US right now, and Oblivion is $21 US. Depending on how GOG works, it might be less for you, seeing as I'm in Australia. But I'm not sure. But yeah. Okay, let me pin the message in Curse of Strahd. We are showing this. We are showing this. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna run out of the soundtrack soon, so I'm gonna replace it with something else before it goes away. My vocal fry is coming back. Do you enjoy it? The URL says Fubi. There we go. Australia likes to tax video games, so all games are more expensive here, and even though I changed currency, it might factor in. Ah, okay. At least in the way of food, there's been a lot of inflation going on, over here right now. For example, one cut of, tavern ham in the deli is over, like, $10 right now. It's insane. So I'm not sure what the hell is going on, but I don't like it. Fresh food isn't too expensive here, but I do live in a big city by the coast surrounded farms. But for technology, forget about it. Mark those prices up, man. Like, definitely not haunted. Can't really prove it since no one dares to sit in it. Legends say if you sit in that chair, you feel something sharp poking at you. Oh my god, it is Ricky. The poking you feel is his dagger. But the question is it Flame Tongue, the parrying dagger, or just his short sword? Or just his simple dagger? He just uses a butter knife to fuck with you. I mean, that would do it. And, something tells me Ricky would do that if given the chance. Christ, Marwin has been $3 at one point. Wow. That's not even a steal, it's larceny. Oh, Jen, you still here? They gasp. Okay, so we were talking about this. I'm not sure if you were around for it, but, I did bring about the idea that, since you expressed interest in playing Telltale's Batman, if I can figure out how to, stream the game properly, while also showing it to you, what we could do is, I could simply host the game while you're the one making all the choices. So every decision you make is yours, and I'm just, like, hosting the game. One possibility that we could do is, we could either drive to one another's location and then record the game that way. Like, I could bring, my setup, and then we can just play Telltale's Batman together. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. If we can't stream it, then I think we can at the very least record the game. So much content for less than a fucking coffee, yeah. I mean, depending on, what coffee you buy over here, it's, like less than $1. No, not even less than. It could just be $1. Hang on, let's fix this. I realized I made too many. I'm gonna say greeblies. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but it's science-y, and that's what matters. Also, we need more chippies of the Curse of Strahd game. Yeah, we do. We still need to make the rest of the plushies. Which, honestly, I'm kind of on board for. A small coffee here is usually $3.50 Australian dollars. Sometimes cheaper if you really want shitty 7-Eleven stuff, but this is fucking Melbourne. We love coffee here. Alright. You know, every time we talk about Melbourne, the more I want to go to it. Okay, almost done with the flats here. Let's go back to your jacket. I fucking love coffee. I'm pretty partial to mocha coffee. Otherwise, I'm not really, I definitely don't like it black. Black coffee is, well, obviously it's too bitter for me. But I guess it's because I'm not really a bitter fan. I don't like bitter flavors. It's a really nice place. A lot of great cafes around. Some neat things to see. I feel like it doesn't have as many big landmarks as Sydney, but I'm not that big on that sort of thing. Yeah, don't worry, I gotcha. Yeah, like, I don't, ask for much. It's just, as long as I can see as long as I can, you know, visit a new location, besides my shitty hometown, then, I'm happy. Oh, I guess another thing we can talk about, since we have two of our party members here, is, we are, in the works of making, the Terror Court's, home base in Kretsk, where everyone is basically sending their room ideas to me, and, seeing as we have plenty of time, between sessions now, I can actually, go ahead and outright make their, new home base for them. So there's this, website I found called Incarnate, where, if you pay for a subscription service, you can, go ahead and make your own maps using its, system. And you can set things like props and, things like that. And, I think I'm gonna use it to, create our, home base. I think once we get the specific rooms out of the way, I think I also need to double check with everyone to, see what, see how many floors they would like it to be, since that's also another, that's another thing. Like, how big do you want, the place to be? Like, one level, 2 levels? It's not very far to head out the bush or some nice sanctuaries. Very easy public transport. Honestly, a lot of places make great hot chocky, so I get that sometimes instead of coffee. Chai lattes too. Kira's gonna have a hoard of pillows in her room, lel. Yeah, definitely. For the most part, everyone, save TP, has given their 2 cents on what they would like for their rooms, but, yeah, I have plenty of time to flesh everything out, so I just hope I can deliver. Because it's not every day you get to see a home base being built for your games. And that alone, the fact that we can see everything that we're doing more or less is one reason why I'm enjoying myself with Curse of Strahd more than the Abode, since Theater of the Mind is really good. Is a really good way to play games. It also takes a lot of edge in terms of making new assets for every session. But actually creating maps and seeing everything happening unfold in front of you takes a lot of like it creates a lot of satisfaction, at least for me. And I think everyone is also really enjoying themselves, since they can see everything happening unfolding in front of them, instead of just you know, relying on their mind's eye, so to speak. Yeah, let's okay. Roll20 just makes the game side of it much easier. Yeah. With me it depends, because unless the hot chocolate is tasting like water, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, like, make your hot chocolate with milk. It's so much better and so much tastier. Sucks to get a bad hot chocolate. A bad hot chocolate is sinful. Absolutely. Like, making hot chocolate shouldn't be hard. It's like, you got the hot chocolate itself, and then you put in some milk, and yeah, it shouldn't be harder than that. Hang on. Not a fan of water hot chocolate. I like milk hot chocolate because it tastes better, but unless you can make the water not taste like water, then you have my respect. Yeah. Best hot chocolate is if you just throw that powder in a tiny amount of water, then froth your milk to combine it together. Yeah. That method I haven't tried. I have tried the water method, and consistently it has always let me down. So I very much prefer to have hot chocolate, you know, be made from the ground up. So it's either that or nothing. Nothing. I don't know where that K sound came from. I have an espresso machine like a true Melbourne hipster, so it's easy to froth milk. Always had a hard time making it to my taste before I got the machine. Yeah. Um. So, to go back to coffee real fast, one thing I haven't really tried is, coffee flavored chocolate. Or coffee, mixed with chocolate. To my understanding, it's a damn good combination, and I, as someone who adores chocolate, I would really like to give that a try one day. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 coffee flavored chocolate is really great, like both solid blocks and as a drinking chocolate. Yeah. Like, I'm not even sure my Kroger even has them. Like, I'll give it another look when I get the chance. In fact, I will get a chance, considering I have the house to myself for a week. But, yeah. Sadly, the place I go to for drinking chocolate doesn't seem to exist in America. Oh. Yeah. We'll say that's good for now. Yeah, let's work in your hands, dude. I know Walmart has it. Well, my local Walmart. Yeah. The closest store we have is, Kroger. Hell, I might even just, go there tonight after the stream, because, I could very well go for some curry roux. I think I have enough money for that. So let's see how this looks with the ice claw. Ah, there we go. It's coming together. It's coming together, friends. Yeah. Again, there's that really good curry roux. I think it's called just golden curry, but yeah. Anyway, it's like thick drinks, almost like a melted chocolate. Not quite the same as a regular hot chocolate, but so good. Yeah. It sounds thick to me. I'm not sure I would like the texture, but maybe it's better than it sounds. Golden curry is nice. Yeah. I like the medium spice one. Because again, I'm trying to make myself better acclimated to spicy food, which I think slowly but surely I'm getting better at it, but better at tolerating it. But yeah, you know. I'm I'm gonna fix your eyebrow. It's bothering me. I go full spice, but I'm a big spice head. Well, as much of a spice head as an Australian, Slav, Baltic person can be. Yeah. That's right, you do have Slavic blood in you. Which is funny because the Witcher series takes place in a very Polish-inspired land. So, again, you can also see where another Phantom of the Forest influence came from. Except Celtic instead of Polish. One thing I do want to add to this is fogs of ice. Wait, hang on. Yeah, Russian and Lithuanian. The other side are Scots and British people who came back in the gold rush, but my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side weren't Aussie at all. That's interesting. And thanks, Jen. Thanks, Pete. Oh, there they are. I was like, wait, where did my brushes go? Okay, we almost got it. Just got back. My parents said after they're done with Obi-Wan Kenobi, we're gonna finish up Moon Knight. Okay, cool. Which honestly is another show I need to check out now that I have the house to myself. So yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi and also Moon Knight, which every time I see it, it's like appealing to me more and more. Okay. Heard good things about Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight's good. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's do shading, and then we'll work in the fog. Or mist. Mist is more like it, yeah. People in the Curse of Strahd chat are having fun with the not haunted chair. They are? I'll have to check it now. Okay. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Definitely not haunted. Ricky, fuck around and find out. Okay, why don't you stick around and find out? Has a picture of Senator Armstrong. And yes, indeed, memes. And ha. I'm sure whenever I try to pronounce a Russian or Lithuanian word, my ancestors cry. Come on. I'm sure your ancestors are very proud of you, Dana. Okay. I'm going to attempt to place every chibi character in places as they come out. Put some sauerkraut on a bunning sausage to really blend the culture. Bunnings? Did you say bun? I try one, but I'm bad at chibi foo. Bones! Yep, that was my job. Anyway. I'm sure Frank would love our democracy sausage. I think he would, as long as you don't give him the B word. What is this democracy? What is this democracy sausage? I would like to know. I am intrigued. TFW. You work at Wonder Bread and you hear bones in the distance and you hear boss music. Shut up, Belly, I'm working on it. He make the sausage party. Wait, is that... No, it's a movie. Oh, it was a movie. It was certainly a movie. I think Seth Rogen voiced the main sausage character. He was not in the wound, so I appreciate him for that. But in what world would food fight you back? It is so... It is unsettling. I'm willing to eat a sheep's head, but having a hot dog fight me as I'm trying to devour it, it does not sit right with me. Not whatsoever. No. No. I remember right after I wrote that, and I was like, oh no, wait. Sausage-based and independent politician. I mean, Frank lives in a monarchy, so I'm not sure he entirely knows what that is. Oh, there are mayors in, every town, though, but they're not like the, you know, ultimate power in Eclipia. That's the, Esther royal family. Almost got it. Just need to get this done, work in the particle effects, and yeah. Man, Witcher 3 has such a good soundtrack. It's like, this one I'm just, like, silently, well, focusing while also vibing to it silently, but, yeah. And, Dana, I understand your viewpoint with, not wanting to play Witcher 3, considering there's no true customization options in it, but it's still a great game. Also, Blood and Wine is probably one of the best expansions in video game history. And, yeah, Jen, I talked about it, at one point, and yes, it does have vampires in it, if you don't remember. But yeah, Blood and Wine is a really good expansion. Better than, Hearts of Stone, from what I've heard. Like, Hearts of Stone wasn't bad, but it could have been better. Yes, I remember. Yeah. Ellipses included. Yep, you remember. Fucking vampires. I'm just a little obsessed with making fresh Blorbos to play as. Like, I had to look up what Blorbo was because I thought that was another Australianism, but no, apparently that was a Twitter thing for a while. Which I never heard of Blorbo in my life, so... Like, Blorbo honestly does sound like an Australianism, and you guys have a lot of those. Surprisingly, Blicky is not one of them. I saw it on Tumblr originally. Yeah. Hang on, need to crack my back. Ugh. Back cracked. Alright. I've been meaning to get back to it, but, I honestly, missed out on, playing both expansions for Witcher 3, so from my next playthrough, I'm definitely going to play it all the way through. Like, for both expansions, and I also want to get, a different ending, for, one of the main characters, because, like, I gotta do it right. I'm also gonna go for a more sign-heavy build this time, so, to do that, you basically have to, get a lot of, items from the School of the Griffin, which, the more, medium armor you, obtain, I believe, is how it works, the greater your sign intensity will be. And for those of you who don't know, what signs are in The Witcher, they're essentially, cantrips in D&D that, Witchers use, since, you know, they can't really, cast, very, you know, true magic spells, but, signs are so universal that all it takes is a little concentration and that's it. Which are perfect for Witchers, so... Okay, I think I got it. I still remember the Monster Hunter World crossover with the Witcher series. Ah. Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? One good thing about no custom characters is that they can do a lot with building Geralt's personality and develop him. In most games with custom characters, you can't really do that. Fallout 4 tried, and it was very bad, so both approaches are good. Yeah, yeah, essentially you can either have Geralt be a complete fucking asshole to everyone around him, or he can be like the misunderstood, noble-hearted guy that everyone's afraid of. No matter what game I play as, I try to play the goody two-shoes, honestly, because I like helping people. It's, I just honestly feel better doing good than doing bad. But the thing about The Witcher series as a whole is, you know, it relies heavily on the idea of lesser evils. So it's either, hey, do you want this group of rebels who are known to kill even innocent people, but they ultimately fight for a better cause? Do you want to help them get the medicine to their group, while also dooming the soldiers that were originally gonna deliver it to the townspeople? Or do you want to kill every last one of them and let the Empire get the medicine to their destination, while also killing a group of well-intentioned extremists? It was indeed a thing. Geralt had a Pooky fight the Leshen. Yeah. Which in the original mythology is called a Leshy. So they legit called it a Leshen to make it sound cooler, but there's nothing to be ashamed of with silly names. Like, a name doesn't make a monster. It's their actions that that make them. And most monsters are pretty terrifying, even when you least expect them. Like the puka in Celtic mythology. Sure, the name sounds cutesy, but it's anything but. It's a harbinger of nature that can either help out, say, a farmland, or completely demolish it if it's met with disrespect. And again, it can take many forms. So sometimes it appears as a cat, other times it appears as a horse. And one common feature is that they're often shale black with red eyes. So definitely not a creature to fuck around with, despite the name. But yeah, as for leshies, from what I remember reading up on anyway, is yeah, they are guardian spirits. Some say they were born from people who disrespected the woods and then became leshies, sorry. And they essentially go around the woods protecting all the wildlife there, and they're surprisingly really shy creatures despite how powerful they are. So they spend more time hiding away from people than interacting with them in any way. Not even for like the sacrifices you may have seen people do for them in the Witcher series. But they often are rather mistrusting. Like, it takes years for one to build trust with a Leshy. If you can earn their trust, then they will be indebted to you. And you can also, like, play games with them, and they'll also repay you if you ever need them. But on the flip side, if you do try to threaten their woods, or if you disrespect it in any way, run. Run as far away as you can, otherwise it will make its life's work to ruin your life. Ah yes, the puka. A rabbit-like creature that when you leave it offerings, it can help you, but should you stray on its territory with malicious intent, you are greeted by evil spirits that will drag you to hell. Yeah, don't fuck with pukas. Oh, and interesting that you have one spelling of it. The spelling I use is Pooka instead of Puca. I guess it also goes hand in hand with the fact that the Gaelic language has so many different pronunciations. Like, there's at least 3 dialects. And it's almost never pronounced the same way, depending on where you go in Ireland. So saying something in one region is getting it wrong in another. Like, nothing terrible, it's just an interesting quirk about the Gaelic language. Like, in every Elder Scrolls game, you start as a prisoner. With how the games are framed, it doesn't outright say you're a criminal. There's a lot of ways to explain why you're there, and weird lore bullshit. The Fallouts give you a backstory, but outside of 4, they don't push a role on you. They're also pretty good at giving you choices in dialogue, which Elder Scrolls doesn't do. By the way, this folklore talk is really neat. Yeah, I'm glad to agree. I'm trying to get better at, explaining folklore so I can get a better understanding of it. So basically, how both Red and Blue from Overly Sarcastic Productions learn new things. Like, one of the things they recommend you do is hey, if you're learning something, talk about it with someone else. You'd be surprised how well you retain the information afterwards. Which, it's also important to me because I am a Gaelic individual. And my roots are from Ireland. I also have a little bit of British in me, which is why my story also has elements of the British Isles. Moreover, I would say the themes are reminiscent of, say, when the Roman Empire took over Ireland. It's not one-to-one, that story, because no, that wasn't the intention. It's just I'm basing the intrigue off of the fact that the Romans just basically stole themselves away into Irish culture. So like, it's not a secret that a lot of our history as Celtic people has been lost to the ages, either because we didn't write it down, or a lot of the information has been burned away or reappropriated into to fit a Christian narrative, which the Book of Invasions is a damning example of that. Like, they didn't outright take away most of the stories that mattered, but a lot of the context has been stripped because a lot of the characters are gods, or at least associated with the gods. So with the Tuatha De Danann, for example, the people of Danu in the language, they were originally, you know, people of divine people of the goddess Danu, but the Christianizations turned them into demon people, or demon worshippers, and it sucks dick. So it's annoying how much we don't know. My personal favorite mythical creatures, the Keenan, Phoenix, Selkie, werewolves, dragons, of course, and probably lesser talked about creature, the Leviathan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Leviathan is, at least every time I heard about the Leviathan, it's a biblical creature. Was it in other mythologies? I mean, I know in, you know, the nautical days, a lot of pirates and seafarers refer to the Kraken as being something to be afraid of. But that's also because seafarers tend to, you know, intermingle with one another, so it's sort of like a weird conglomerate of different cultures spread around by hearsay and superstition. That's always really sad, and the Irish suffered hard with that. We did. I really want to look more into Lithuanian paganism and folklore, and fortunately they only converted to Christianity rather recently. Okay, yeah, because a lot of what we could have learned from Celtic mythology has been lost to the ages, simply because no one wrote it down, and we can sort of like piece together certain things, and a couple stories did survive to the modern day, but again, a lot of context has been stripped. But many of the stories are still sound enough to be, you know, talked about. It's just also, I would have liked to learn more about the Pantheon, you know, how the Dagda fits into this. And we still don't know who Danu is in the context of everything. We know that she was important to the Tuatha De Danann, since, you know, they were named after her. And there was a river named Danu. I think there's even a landmark that's named after her boobs. I'm not kidding. They named a landmark after Danu's boobs. yeah, you can only extrapolate. Seeing as so much has been, you know, stripped away. It was a lot more oral tradition rather than written, right? Yeah. Again, at least until Ireland was Christianized. And I know a lot of people think of druids as these evil what? These super evil blood sacrifice cult fanatics who wear deer skulls for hats. When really druid just meant shaman or doctor. They were really well versed in medicine and arcane knowledge. And while blood sacrifices were a thing, it wasn't a thing exclusive to Celtic druids. A lot of cultures did that. Like, even the Greeks did blood sacrifices for their gods. But the thing to remember is, you know, a lot of cultures carry a lot of history to them that, for at least for the Irish, we can only guess, because what we could have learned was, again, lost to the ages. And it's annoying that that's the case. We're gonna see how this looks. Blood sacrifice and offerings were super common. That's true. In ancient times, the Leviathan is a giant serpent creature, more so in Norse myth. Yeah, Jormungandr, the world serpent. Christianity stole so much from the different cultures to make it into their own religion, then turning around and saying the rest is evil. However, Christianity has produced some of their own interesting creatures too. Behemoth, Ziz, and Leviathan. Yeah. They also came up with the 7 deadly sins and the 7 great virtues. That one I'm not too familiar with, but it's interesting that they went ahead and made a counterpart to the 7 deadly sins. I'll have to look into that again, but yeah. What it ultimately came down to is the erasure of important culture, and also the appropriation of culture. You know, taking something that wasn't even theirs to begin with and morphing it to fit their modern image. Which is a very dangerous mindset to have. And thankfully there are good Christians out there. In fact, there's a lot of them that are good. But there's also a fair amount of them who are, you know, stuck up their own asses and can't tell the difference between right and wrong as long as it suits their narrative. Like, they pick and choose what they believe is right. And that makes them dangerous. I think now that I've gained a little bit more tact when talking about things, my viewpoint is, it's not the religion that's bad, it's the people who use it as a shield to mask their insecurities when they're being called out for something horrible that they did, and, you know, using it as a justification for their actions. And that's the thing I can't stand. To be fair, a lot of Christianity was peacefully converted as well, leading to shared traditions like the Christmas trees. But at the same time, you have so many places that were forcibly taken over and then erased. The 7 Deadly Sins interested me greatly. They inspired me to make my own cursed D&D items. Yeah. Yeah, hang on, I'm trying to see how this, translates. Let's try... Nah. Ooh, that really helps it pop. Yeah. Give it a little blue. Okay. Fun fact, in the Hebrew version of the Bible, which I believe is the true Bible given how close the Hebrews were to Moses, Jesus, and Jehovah, Adam had another wife before Eve, Lilith, who hated listening to Adam. So Adam asked God to cast out Lilith and created Eve. Isn't Lilith considered to be, I believe the, personification of lust? Depending on the writer? Yeah, one side of my family is very Christian, but very kind. But the church as an organization is pretty awful. And there's too many that use Christianity as an excuse, even when it goes against the Bible to even do that. Going by the Bible, you're not meant to judge shit. You leave it up to God, and he'll probably be cool with you because it was kind of the point of Jesus. Yeah. It varies. Yeah, that's just it. It varies. Okay, let's see here. What haven't we done yet? I don't know. I think we're good here. We could probably highlight the camel pants, but I'm not sure it would add much. It occurred to me. I probably should have made a drop shadow for the ice claw. Shit. I can fix it. The Muslims I know are really chill too, but I haven't really read the text, so I don't want to talk about that too much. Yeah. I love a snowy hand. Yeah, it's an icy hand, but yes. Okay, we Finished 2 commissions in one night. So we finished the supervillain Frostbite for Cyborg Charlotte. Oh, hang on. Okay, there we go. And Kira in a kimono for, well, her player Jen. Productive, yes. After Lilith was casted out of the garden, she was greeted by Asmodeus, the demon of lust, and basically took her in and was like, man, fuck those two. I'll take care of you, Lilith. And Lilith was like, okay, but I'm gonna represent the female side of lust. Yeah, so 3 hours in, I'd call this a successful stream. So yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow with more Super Mario Sunshine, and Saturday we're gonna play more Curse of Strahd on Spiffy Needle Geeks. So yeah, see you guys later. Booba.